it's Hailey, and today I'm going to be talking about my reading year in 2016. So I'm sorry that this video is going up later than normal. I promise next week we'll be back to our normal video schedule. It's just I've been scrambling for time to film because it's still the holidays for me, so my holidays end next week, so I will be back to normal. But Happy New Year to everyone. This will be the first video that I am uploading in 2017. I hope you guys had a great New Year's Eve, and I hope you guys are really looking forward to 2017. I know I am. I have a lot of exciting things in the works for 2017 that I can't wait for you guys to find out about. I think it's going to be a really great year. Now, 2016 was a good reading year for me. It wasn't my best. I was kind of in a weird reading mood for most of the time, but nonetheless, I did end up reading, I think, 104 books, 102. I can't really think of it off the top of my head, but today we're going to be looking back on this past year and talking about some of my reading stats and I'm going to be showing you guys all of the books that I read. Now, I will be doing a video talking about 2017 and my goals for reading in 2017, but that will be coming later in the month. I have a ton of videos that I want to do in January, like a bookshelf tour. I know I'm going to get at least one comment requesting that, but I always do one in the new year, and since it's a new year, I'm going to be doing one. It's just going to be coming later in January. So according to Goodreads, I read 102 books this year for a total of 34,181 pages, which is really, really awesome. So now, without further ado, let's just get into all of the books that I've read this year. So the first three books that I read this year are graphic novels, and they were the first three books of the Percy Jackson series, the graphic novel editions. So I read The Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, and the Titan's Curse by Rick Riordan. Next, I read Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins, Rose Under Fire by Elizabeth Wein, Passenger by Alexandra Bracken, Volume 1 of the Song of Ice and Fire graphic novels by George R.R. Martin, A Game of Thrones, Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon, Measure for Measure by William Shakespeare, Era of Fire by Sarah J. Maas, which was actually a reread, Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens, Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, Othello by William Shakespeare, Layer of Dreams by Libba Bray, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, the Puffin and Bloom edition with illustrations by Anna Bond, The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas, The Light Princess by George MacDonald, King Lear by William Shakespeare, A Child's Garden of Verses by Robert Louis Stevenson, Jessica's First Prayer by Hesba Stretton, The Siren by Kiera Cass, Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen, Zack and Mia by A.J. Beth, The Winter's Tale by William Shakespeare, How We Fare by Marianne Mulhern, which, if you guys didn't know, is the book that my class and I published. It's not like my writing, but I actually designed the cover for this one. I'll Be There Soon by John Wayne Jr., which is another one of the books that other people in the class that I took published. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, which was actually a reread. Peter Pan by J. M. Barrie, Please Ignore Vera Dietz by A.S. King, Etiquette and Espionage by Gail Carriger, To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han, another reread. Hopeless by Colleen Hoover, Cymbeline by William Shakespeare, The Geography of You and Me by Jennifer E. Smith, P.S. I Still Like You by Jenny Han, The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak, which was once again a reread. Curtsies and Conspiracies by Gail Carriger, Blue Lily Lily Blue by Maggie Stiefvater, another reread. The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Adier, which is another reread. I apparently around this time of year just reread a bunch of books. The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater, Me Before You by Jojo Moyes, The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Adier, The Crown by Kiera Cass, The Queen of the Tierling by Erica Johansson, The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson, Heidi by Johanna Spiri, More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera, The Heart of Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson, A Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett, A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, Standoff by Andrew Smith, My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick, The Little Paris Bookshop by Nina George, Jonathan Unleashed by Meg Rossoff, Cure for the Common Universe by Christian McKay Heidegger, My Lady Jane by Jodi Meadows, Brody Ashton, and Cynthia Hand, Exit Pursuit by Bear by E.K. Johnston, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by J.K. Rowling, Jack Thorne, and John Tiffany, Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson, The Conspiracy of Us by Maggie Hall, Trials of Apollo Book 1, The Hidden Oracle by Rick Riordan, The Girl from Everywhere by Heidi Healy, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, P.S. I Like You by Casey West, The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon, Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas, A Torch Against the Night by Saba Tahir, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, Tales of the Peculiar by Ransom Riggs, Buffering by Hannah Hart, The Little Lame Prince and His Traveling Cloak by Dinah Maria McLough Craik, I think she has many names. Walk on Earth, a Stranger by Ray Carson. The Coming Race by Edward Bulwer Lytton. The Constant Princess by Philippa Gregory. This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. Salt to the Sea by Ruta Sepetys. The Princess and the Goblin by George MacDonald. Beware That Girl by Teresa Totten. The Dark Days Club by Alison Goodman. Heartless by Marissa Meyer. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. The Retribution of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. The Illustrated Edition by Jim Kay. The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. With Malice by Eileen Cook. Labyrinth Lost by Zoraida Cordova. Roseblood by A.G. Howard, which I do have, it's just downstairs and there's no way I'm going downstairs to get it. The Female of the Species by Mindy McGinnis. Scythe by Neil Schusterman. Three Dark Crowns by Kendara Blake. By Your Side by Casey West. Frostblood by Ellie Blake. Alice in Wonderland, The Story of Alice, which is the Disney edition. It doesn't really have an author though. Furthermore by Tahara Mafi. The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis. The Little Prince, and I can't say the author's name, so I'm not even going to try because I know I'm going to butcher it because I can't French that well. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. The Snow Queen by Hans Christian Andersen. Gemina by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. And my final book of the year, ironically, is not out yet, and that is Carvalho by Stephenie Garber. So those are all the books that I read this year. If you wanted to know more of my thoughts on any of them, then you can watch any of my wrap-ups that I have done throughout the year, or you can just look for a specific book. I may have a review for it. I did do a ton of reviews this past year, so I probably have a review for it. It's just the ones closer to the end. I have a whole backlog of reviews that I need to film, and I just really need to get on it, but I've been sick and now I'm starting to feel better, but I just don't have the time to film it yet. So in the new year, there will be a ton of reviews coming for you guys because, like I said, I have a ton to film. But this took me literally 2 hours to film because it was just like getting all the books, putting them away. It was just, my room is a mess now, and this was a whole mess, and I was planning on filming Thursday's video now too, but the sun has set, so I'm sorry if the lighting has changed, but that is why, so now I can't film the other video, but oh well. And I also wanted to mention that I have a couple of unboxings that are from December that I haven't done yet, so I may just do those for Thursday. I don't really know, but thank you for sticking with me through this really busy week, past actually month. It has just been crazy. I haven't had time to film, but like I said, I promise I will get back to normal next week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!